Before I hand over the mic to him, it's as usual very important for us to read the citation. And I have Mrs. Udo Peace Adeleke with me here, a member of my committee, to read the citation. Thank you.
Good afternoon, learned colleagues. Welcome once again to today's knowledge sharing. I'll briefly go through the citation of our speaker here. Kenn Ebi is a corporate brand consultant. He's a fellow of the Institute of Brand Management of Nigeria and a member of the Advertising Practitioners Council of Nigeria, APCON. He has garnered a wealth of knowledge and experience in the advertising industry spanning over 25 years. This clearly distinguishes him as an ace in corporate, personal, and destination brands building and strategic management. Kenn is highly sought after as an ideas bank, and his creative competencies have enabled him participate in research and brainstorming sessions for several top brands. The aptitude with which he creates and conceives rare and astounding concepts has brought him before heads of states, captains of industries, and celebrities. An exclusive life coach, Kenn is passionate about helping people build mental structures and systems and finding thought processes and balance to enable them unleash their full potentials. A graduate of the University of Lagos and an alumni of the prestigious Orange Academy. He is a director with Living Hope International, an American-based NGO and the co-organizer of the STOMP projects in Lagos, Port Harcourt, Accra, and Johannesburg, featuring Kirk Franklin in 2001 and 2004, as well as co-organizers of the Ghana Diaspora Engagement Program. A pioneer member of the Nigerian Malaysian Business Council, Kenn has been the country manager for MSP, a breakthrough technology in engine lubrication and protection from the USA. He has a bouquet of African and international brands in his kitty, including Crown K&L, Malaysia, Burotime, Burotime Office Furniture, Turkey, AZ Petroleum Limited, Capital Oil, and Prime Water View, Non-Belgia, Skybank, Intercontinental Bank, Nigerian Ropes PLC, Vitafoam, etc. Kenn is currently making waves in the business world, creating a new crop of executives with his training modules on corporate, personal, and destination branding. His new project, Brand or Bland, is aimed at building world-class brands, destination services, and persons through a philosophy he calls connecting the dots. Please join me as we make welcome Mr. Kenn Ebi.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You know, I had a loud bang in my house yesterday, and I flipped up my phone to check if Donald Trump was already in Nigeria. You know, but that says a lot about who he is. Before now, we discuss about what presidents have said, but we don't do that anymore. With him, at least. We discuss what he has done. And that's the difference between just saying something and having a reputation. Talk does not bring about reputation. Action does. How many of you know Lie the Law? Lie the Law. How many know Lie the Law? Lie the Law is a comedian. And he told a story in one of his skits. Well, these are not true life stories, but they are representative of what happens in the society. So in his skit, he told a story of how he had a brief. And this brief was about someone who had paid 100,000 naira to a call girl to come over to his house. The girl collected the money and never showed up. So they called Lie the Law to take that brief. When Lai the law came, he took the brief and he talked through everything and gave the man a charge. The man said it was too much. Why would you charge me that kind of money? Then Lai the law said, well, if you're not going to pay it, I'm leaving. But anyway, you have to pay for my transportation to go back. The man said, I don't have money for your transportation, but I have just 500 naira here. Can you manage that? He was ready to pay 100,000 for a call girl he had never set his eyes on, but he was not ready to even give the lawyer 10,000 naira for transportation. Perception is the key. Perception is the key. Now, let me define branding to you. Because a lot of people, when they give me this topic, want to hear, how do I design my logo? What colors do I use? How do I advertise? No, that is not branding. Branding is not about your logo. It's not about the colors you use. Branding, if you want to write, you can write, is the sum total of the perception people have about a thing. Is the sum total of the perception that people have about it. Now, let me tell you a little story. There was a pastor who received a letter from one of his congregants. And he was not happy with that letter because he felt that letter was not representative of who he is. Right? So he wanted to debunk that message. So he came up in a congregation and he called up the person who sent that message. And I want to really, really, really commend his ability to call up somebody who had written something that wasn't palatable. Many people would not do it. But he called up this lady and called up this congregant and said, tell the congregation what you wrote about me. And the lady told the congregation what she had written about him. Wasn't palatable. So, but he wanted to debunk it, and he called up 3 other people who were very close to him in the congregation. The first person stood up and said, straight to his eyes, she is correct. She called up the second person, and the second person, I hate to disappoint you, but she's correct. He called up the third person. The third person happens to be someone very, very close to him. She looked, and said, there's no way I can do this, but she is correct. The problem was, he had built a reputation of who he is in his own mind, but was not careful to find out the reputation that the people had about him. You see, reputation or brand does not live in your mind. Doesn't live in your mind. It lives in the minds of the people. What the people say you are is what you are. Your brand cannot be bigger or higher or better than the sum total of the perception that people have about you. So it's about the people and not you. If I ask how many people this year have done a census of who people think they are. So you just go on and on and on and on and on without stopping to ask, who, even Jesus said, who do men say that I am? What do you think he was trying to find out? He was trying to find out if the message he was passing out is equal to the message people were getting. And some of them said, the first set of people said, oh, you are a prophet. Oh, you are this, you are that. That's exactly what he wanted those days. He didn't want them to know that he was the Son of God. So his message was tallying with perception. Oh, I am good. I'm great. I speak nice. People look at me nicely. But no. You've got to find out what people think about you. So what do people think about lawyers? No, help me. You tell me. Because I don't want to say it. Good people. Very nice people. Liars. Straight to the point people. Let me let you know that the general perception that people have about lawyers are in categories. The first category is charge and bail lawyer. True or false? Second category, barristers. Yeah. Third category, SANs. But the problem is that the first category seems to have an overwhelming position in the minds of the people. So the question is, how do we change this perception? How do we work on this perception to ensure that it doesn't tarnish the image of lawyers? Because invariably, whatever general perception that there is about any profession makes it a bit more difficult for people to succeed and excel in that profession. Let me give you an example with Nigeria. Whatever perception we have about Nigeria globally makes it difficult for businessmen to excel from Nigeria. I have had a business, it was meant to be an internet provision business, which I wanted to bring in a company from the United States of America to come and be part of that business in Nigeria. Well, what they said, incidentally, one of the financier had come to Lagos and wanted to see the governor of Lagos. But they would not let him see the governor. They kept him come. He booked for an accommodation in Sheraton, and he stayed in Lagos for 2 weeks. And he could not see the governor. So he went back to Europe and wrote us a letter that they've decided that they are going to invest, but the investment would never be in Lagos. So, invariably, the perception. Now, my American partner wrote me and said, Ken, I don't have any problem with you. You're a nice person. I've done business with you. You have lived up to expectation. But the perception that the investor has about the city where you live in, where we want to do the business, is going to stop this business from happening. What am I trying to say? The perception of where you belong has an impact on you as a person. You cannot maximize. You cannot maximize profit. You cannot be premium in your charge in the way that you approach your business because of the general perception. So let's look at how we can change this perception. The first thing that we have to understand is reputation. Number one is reputation. If you don't have a reputation that is bigger than your appetite, you are not going to make the transition. If your reputation is not bigger than your appetite, I worked with a company when I started as a businessman. And you know what the company said to me? They said, look, let's grow together. How many people tell you that? Let us grow together. Nobody grows together. Nobody grows together. You either let them know what your charge is, and you take your money and go, or take the small money and remain there. That's how it works. So long story short, when they started getting big and they started having money to pay more money, they engaged insight rather than use me. But I had given everything I had to the company, hoping that when you grow, me too will grow. No be so? Aha, but it does not work like that. So you must define early in the morning of your practice where you belong. The moment you tell somebody, this job should cost 1 million, but I'll take 100,000. You have, in the mind of that person, put yourself in a category. And you would never leave that category. As long as that person lives, you are in that category. The moment he wants to do, this is how the mind works. So he now wants to do a job that he is ready to pay 2 million. He's looking for those who stuck to 2 million. He's not looking at you because in his mind, you are a 100,000 naira person. No, that's the truth. Nothing will change it. See, let me tell you, if you grew up in a church, listen, if you grew up in a church, you are most likely not to succeed in that church. You won't get anything. If you think that, I grew up here, I'm going to succeed, you're not going to succeed in that church. I'm not saying you should leave the church, but your success is not in that church. They saw you when you were wearing Pampers. They saw you when you were wearing shorts, running around. Now you're coming to tell them that you can do a job of 500 million. What are you talking about? That's how the mind works. So, if you grew up in a church and you're looking for your breakthrough in the church, I am advising you now. I didn't say you should leave the church. Go and look for where your money is. It's not in that church. Change your what? Your branch. Even branch doesn't work. What you need to do, just look for that money somewhere else. Probably, when one day you arrive in the church with your Bentley, they will begin to do business with you. The young has grown, but the young doesn't grow in the house. How many parents, how can you talk to your parents in the African setting? You say, I've grown. If you like, be 80 years. So as long as that man is alive, you can't talk to him anyhow. But you can go and talk to your subordinates anyhow, and talk to anybody anyhow, even older people out there. It is the mind placing a cast around you. And that cast, you must break. So don't ever think that you're going to get anywhere because you are trying to make concessions for people. People don't react to concessions. They just take you as you are. The way you present yourself is the way you are. And you don't change from there. You don't move away from there. You don't get bigger, you don't get smaller. You only get bigger when you show walking. And that walking is not shown in their hearts, in their minds. They probably don't even help you show walking. So make up your mind where you belong. Do you belong to, oh, let's just do it, it's 10,000 naira. Look, let me tell you something. Until you make that transition, you cannot be successful. Until you make that transition in your mind that I will not take this amount. It is not for me. This is not who I am. Until you make that transition. Until you go above the hunger. Until you look at the hunger in your face and say, my reputation is bigger than hunger. It's not easy, but the moment you hit that place, you get into a different horizon. There's a test. There's always a test for success. And if you don't pass that test, you're not going anywhere. God said to Abraham, I gave you this son. Go and kill him. Your only son. Slaughter him. And when he was about to slaughter him, what did God say? Stop. Now I know. This is God talking. Now I know that you respect me. Oh, he didn't respect him all the while? There is a test for you to pass. If you're going to be successful, there's a test. If you don't pass that test, you will remain at that point. Break that limit. Number 2. Second thing you need to do to change the impression, brand positioning. I tell you, don't take whatever cost. But if you are hanging around swines, they will have nothing to present to you than 10,000 naira. So you've got to change your positioning. As we speak, a lot of things are going on in the country. A lot of work is going on. Things are happening. But are you positioned to receive it? That's the question. You have to be positioned. 2 artists, graduated from a prestigious art company in London, art school in London. One came back to his place. The other stayed in London and joined all the art exhibitions in London. His works today are sold for £300,000. But the other guy who left to Kenya, his works are sold for under £1,000. What's the difference? Positioning. It's not positioning because the other one stayed in London and this one stays in Kenya. That is not it. It's not location. Positioning is the people, you can be in London and be a pauper. So the positioning, who are those hanging around you? Where is your brand position? Where are the gaps in the marketplace? What gaps are you filling in the marketplace? People buy what they are interested in buying. But what happens there is that there has to be a gap. So how are you positioning? Because it's all right to say, I'm not going to take any job that's below this amount. But you are not positioned around those who can give you the job above that amount. You've got to position correctly. Positioning. Absolutely important. Let me run because of my time. The third thing you need to do is visibility. You can be the best. We are in a visibility economy today. You can be the best in what you do. But in fact, I wrote here, legal expertise must be visible to be valuable. You can have the best. You can be the best. If nobody knows you, you're not going to get anywhere. We are in a visibility economy today. In those days, we tell our clients, what are you doing with the position you have? Because that position is not going to be there forever. If you are the managing director, how many people have you seen that they have been the managing director of a company and 2 years after they leave, they become paupers? They didn't do what they needed to do with visibility when it was there. First, you need to get into visibility. Then you need to use that visibility to produce longevity. It doesn't happen just like that. Kenn Ebi is my friend. He is an Olympic gold medalist. He ran that race with 4 other runners. 3 of them are nowhere today. But Kenn right now is in the Olympic Committee of Saudi Arabia. How? Visibility. And when you get visible, what do you do with your visibility? That's what determines how long you will be around. What does your LinkedIn page look like? I'm asking you. What does your LinkedIn page look like? Yes, your LinkedIn page. What does it look like? Yeah. Many people will say, no. That's for. Excuse you? That's what? Listen, the next trillionaire is going to be a personal brand. It's not going to be a corporation. I'm telling you this for free. The next trillionaire is going to be a personal brand. Because wealth is moving around people and their visibility. Whoever thought that the shares of Coca-Cola will shed value because Ronaldo sat in a press conference and pushed a bottle of Coke aside? Yes. Ronaldo sat in a press conference and pushed the bottle of Coke aside, and Coke shed value. Oh, good. Why are you looking at me like this? That's what happened. Yes. So, when things like that happen, understand that the pendulum has moved. It's moved. It's no more with, thank you, sorry. It's no more with corporate organizations. It's now with individuals. It's now with individuals. So what are you doing with your visibility? Go to your LinkedIn page and clean it up. There are loads of opportunities in LinkedIn. Go to your, I know some of you don't want to do Facebook. Why don't you want to look at, she's nodding. She doesn't want to do Facebook. No, excuse me, why don't you want to do Facebook? No, let's talk about it. Ignorance. No, she doesn't feel it's ignorance. You don't have the time. Say that again. Say that again. I didn't hear what she said. Oh, you are representing Facebook. That's good. I think that you should go to social media and take your social media handles seriously. Take your social media handles seriously. You need visibility. And that is free visibility. What are you sharing on your social media handles? Are you sharing nuggets? Are you sharing information? I'm not saying go there and start dancing and shaking your twerking. Yes, because when people check you out, what they will do is go to your social media handle and see what is there. In today, everything is almost digital. So if you mention someone's name, the next thing someone would do is take his phone and check you out and go to Google him. Have you Googled yourself lately? What did you find there? Because if you Google yourself, it tells you exactly who you are. If you don't like the Google part, go to your social media handles and begin to do something with them. Begin to push information with them because you need to be visible. Please take it very seriously. We're in the last stage of the analog economy. It's going. It's leaving. It's gone. Number 4. What is your signature communication style? You see, because it is difficult to be visible, you need a signature communication style. Because you have to do it over and over and over and over again. So what is your signature communication style? Some people are wearing agbada today. Tomorrow they are wearing suit. Day after tomorrow they are wearing this. You need to get something that is identifiable with you. Not just anything, but something that is representative of who you are. So that every time we see you, we know that this is this person. A logo does not make you visible. Your color does not make you visible. These nuances are the things that make you visible. Number 5, relationships. I heard a story about a lawyer, a very great lawyer for that matter. And a prodigy had been wanting to meet with him, asking him for a favor. And he had ignored him for a very long time. So, one of the days, he felt, okay, yeah, I have important people coming to my meeting today. This is the day to change this guy's life. So he asked him over for a meeting. When he came over for the meeting, this young guy was excited, thinking that this guy is going to give him a brief, at least one of his briefs. But he didn't do that. He said, once he was ready for him, he said, come with me. And they took a walk together. Went out to where everybody, in the lounge where everybody was waiting for this successful lawyer. And then he tapped him on the shoulder and started to discuss with him. Just talking with him. Even held him. And tried to make him look like someone that was very close to him. When he did that, he walked him back to his office. And he said, if you fail, then it's on you. If you ever fail, it's on you. What did he do? He took everything that he had, all the image he had garnered over the years, and he poured it on this guy. The power of association. The guy left the place a little confused. This is not exactly what I wanted today. As he stepped out, 2 guys came to him and said, we've been trying to get this guy to do this job for us. He has refused to do this job. I don't know why. Is it something that you can do? True life story. Is it something that you can do? And he said, yes, I can do it. Before he left that place, sealed a deal of $10 million. Association. association. Leverage association. Look for the people who have been there. Let their brand rub off on you. Don't try to build it from ground up. Go to these people. Be seen with them. Flow with them. Tell them what you want to do. Tell them, I want to leverage your association. I want to leverage your brand. You have a fantastic brand. I want to leverage it. Associate. 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 That's how you build a powerful brand. You don't have to build that brand from the ground all by yourself again. Somebody has built it somewhere. Look for that person and stand on the existing protocol. Association. Are you getting something out of this? Build associations. Don't hang around people who are not going to add any value. They don't have to give you money. They can add intangible value to you. Take that value and prop up and add to what you are. Finally, consistency. You have to build consistency. Build consistency. Stay consistent. Now, I want to leave a thought with you. How many minutes do I have left? 5. Okay. I want to give you a thought. A friend of mine told me that he's running his case. He's passed he's gone to appeal, Court of Appeal. And in the Court of Appeal, in fact, he's going now to the Supreme Court. He stopped using lawyers when he got to the Court of Appeal. What does he use? AI. No, I'm serious. He's my friend. I know. This is a case he's trying to win about 100 or 200 million, 200 and something million, almost 200 million. He's no more using lawyers. He's now using ChatGPT. So what he does is he gives it command, and this software brings everything out. In fact, what he did the last time was he took all of that and went to one of his friends who is an established lawyer and said, please go through this brief for me. Go through this submission for me. You know what the guy told him? I couldn't have done any better. He didn't know. He didn't know that it was ChatGPT. So the guy, wrote it with ChatGPT. He came out. So he wanted to validate what he had done. He went to this guy and placed it on his table. The guy read it and said, this is, in fact, the wife is a lawyer. So he said, my wife did this. He told a lie anyway, but that's okay. He said, my wife did this. And the guy read through and said, I couldn't have done any better than she's brilliant. But all he does is he gets a lawyer to stamp. And the case. You see? You see what the problem is? You see what the problem is? No, I'm telling you a true life story. He's my friend. He even sent the paper to me. So, there couldn't have been a better opportunity to bring this topic up. Well, the case is ongoing. I don't know if he's going to win. So I want to hear from you. What can be done about this? Nothing. Now listen, that is why you need to get into the digital economy. First revolution, first industrial revolution, second industrial revolution, third, fourth, all of them had the same trajectory. People said this can never happen. They said this can never take place. Those that said this could never take place have been put aside. AI shouldn't replace your job. It shouldn't replace your job. In fact, the whole idea is not for it to replace your job. But if you don't know how to use it, you'll be pushed aside. It's to assist you, not to take your job. So, how many AI softwares or apps do you know how to use? Hello? How many AI apps related to your industry do you know how to use? It's not about just writing the 1-2 lines of command. It is about knowing what prompt to place in your AI app. You've got to go learn how to do that. While you're sitting down trying to write, AI can give it to you in 3 minutes. Everything. But it's now your duty to look at what it has given and make sure it's customized to what you want to do. But how can you do that if you don't know how to give it the prompt? To give it the quality prompt that it requires. It is doing the same thing in my own industry. People are running ads in 10 minutes. Ads that used to cost 1.23 million to shoot. AI is giving it free of charge in 10 minutes. So what am I supposed to do? Still be doing the analog method? No. I'm already developing on how to use the app. So I can have a hybrid of what I shoot and AI. Critical. Critical. And if my friend is doing it, you can be sure that there are thousands of people doing the same thing. So you question, why is it so difficult to get briefs today? Some people are getting smarter. Go and get knowledge, acquire knowledge on AI apps. Now, you say, okay, I've done quite a bit of things that are not correct. Some of the things that you have talked about. What do I do? How do I change perception? Perception is only changed not by speaking to what is wrong, but by planting new ideas. I'll give you an example. How many of you have ever watched Dracula in the past? Dracula. You watched Dracula? Good. And you know that Dracula had bats in it. Okay. Now, when America wanted to change the perception on animals, they also wanted to change the perception on bats. They didn't run a campaign to say, oh, bats are good. Bats are lovely animals. They didn't do that. They just created Batman. One of the reasons why Dora Akunli's campaign on Nigeria failed is because it was speaking to the same problem. When you want to change things, forget about the problem. If I tell you, don't think of an elephant, what's the image in your mind? So you cannot change anything by wanting to speak to that thing. You can only change it by creating something else and watering that thing and making sure that it grows. It's called top of the mind. That is what we advertisers spend money on. We want a top of the mind share. Now that I've told you a few things, start building a new idea of a lawyer. What idea should you build? A lawyer that's digital savvy, that knows what is happening today. A lawyer that's not just going to accept anything, like the lawyer who accepts to stamp a document he never generated. Start a new narrative. Institute a new narrative. That's how to change it. If I were Dora Akunli, I would never have said Nigeria good people. No. I would just present Nigerians as good footballers. Everywhere I go all over the world, they tell me Nigerians are good footballers. And you think that playing football is nothing good. Ask Brazil. Brazil changed its narrative through football. The last thing I would say about Nigeria is that we are merrymakers. We love parties. Yeah, so Wambe, my sister. Happy people. We are all Wambe people. Did you know that 10 years ago, I don't know the statistics today, we spent over 31 billion naira on champagne alone? Now you look at it and say, no, oh, come on, we are being petty. No, it's who we are. We are merrymakers. Nigeria can get a lot of visibility by presenting themselves as merrymakers. What am I saying with this? I'm saying that you have to be authentic. Don't ever take something or project something that is not authentic with you. So, what are we saying? Let's build a new narrative. I have a master class that's coming up on the 25th of November. It's a 5-hour intensive master class. I think 25th is a Thursday. So I'd like to invite you to be a part of this master class. If you are interested, then let me know. I would give a discount to this house because I want a new narrative for the lawyers. Thank you very much for having me.
Well, I'm sure, wait. I'm sure we can do better than that. I mean, yes. It's, I want to thank you on behalf of the Mr. Chairman, and I'd like to invite the chairman and the vice chairman to present a little plaque to show appreciation for what you have done this afternoon. By the way, do we have any question? Okay. Please, here, please. Oh, Dodo.
Hello. Hi. Should I face you or face here? It's nice to be home. My name is Dr. Abiola Fashino. I was called to the bar in 1989. I practiced here in Nigeria for 10 years, and after I applied to become a judge, I jackpot. So I eventually didn't become a judge here in Lagos State. But I've been in America for 25 years. I'm back now. But what I did for 25 years is what the learned man has said. I've done social media. I'm called the apostle of the fivefold ministry. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and WhatsApp. And I talk to 40 countries about that. What he said is true. They Google you. Who are you? They want to find who you are before they even touch you or do business with you. As an attorney, we are moving to another level where you want people to know where your specialty is and when they can come and connect with you and ask you for help. I'm actually moving into the law area where they're actually giving books. Thomas Reuters is giving books of $70,000 for free to Nigerian associations, law schools, and all. I just did Obafemi Awolowo University books. They will arrive this weekend. But they look for you online. Who are you? What are you doing? So please Google yourself today. Join LinkedIn. Don't say Facebook is of the devil. It's not. I spent the last 20 years going from country to country saying this. It's not of the devil. You have to be visible for people to catch you. I actually wrote a book on it. It's on Amazon. It's a bestseller. It's in English, it's in French, it's in Spanish, it's going into Korea now. Social media guide that you can increase your return on investment. Please take this serious. We would have to have this class. We have to ask them to teach us. AI is wonderful. We have Perplexity, we have ChatGPT, we have ways we can write, but you don't depend on them. You just use them as help.
Absolutely.
As help. Because they'll catch you. I do Amazon publishing. I know how to make you a bestseller on Amazon. If you go and use ChatGPT for Amazon, they'll catch you and they'll blacklist you.
Yes.
And it's a terrible thing. But let's learn how to use it the right way. Please don't take this for granted. That's the next level for us to make it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just to, Mr. Chairman, I wanted to take Mrs. Dr. Fashino on. Mr. Chairman, I can take her on. Yes, Dr. Fashino, I got inspired that there's a commitment to donate 20 laptops to the MBA Ikeja branch. So I am trying to be sure that I was not hallucinating. So you have confirmed that you are donating.
Just does the money for. We just do the money. We're a non-profit organization. They give it to us free. We ask Dell, Lenovo, iMac, and they give us the computers free. And then the only thing we ask for is money to ship it because we're ship it and install it. When they donate the computers to us, they remove the hard drive for sensitivity. So when it gets here, we buy the hard drive. Then the light is a problem. So we buy the UPS system for each one. So we can do laptops, we can do, I prefer tablets because when we donate, they steal the laptops. So we will do a hard drive. And it's called 15. Right. You get it.
20 laptops.
20.
I'm staring, just like our guest speaker said, focus. So my eyes are now focused on 20 laptops for MB Ikeja branch.
For MB. But it's true, you can Google it. I've done all the nursing schools in Oyo State, Ogun State, Ondo State. I'm now in Osun State.
Thank you, Doc. Any other question?
Yes, the chairman. I'm Lanre Adebayo. Again, I apologize for coming quite late, all the way from Badagry. Now, I want to refer to a Yoruba proverb, which I'll translate to English immediately because of those who do not speak Yoruba. But it says, Tibitire ladale aye, and that is to say that the world is created with both good and evil. Now, why am I saying this? My brother and our learned senior, Dr. Fashino, was talking about social media. When some of us hear about social media, we tend to want to run because it's like, I don't want to call it bathing in the mud at times, but that is the impression you get. Now, I'm trying to bring this forward because I think we should also let us know the dirty side of it so that we can know how to avoid it and how to deal with the positive side of it. It is very important. The other thing I want to also mention is that at times we are very resistant to change. I'm sorry, my contribution is
just
by way of comment.
sum it up, sir.
Yes, I'm summing it
because
up.
we are run far out of time for KSS.
We are quite resistant to change. Now, while the lecture was going on, some of us were whispering to ourselves, what about the law against advertisement? I mean, is it in Legal Practitioners Act? There is a law somewhere that says lawyers should not advertise. But I think we have a way of doing it. We call ourselves human rights activists, constitutional lawyers, and I wonder who is really not a human rights activist among us. So I think we need to take another look at some of our laws that tend to impede, because nobody wants to run foul of the law. I don't want to be embarrassed by someone taking me to the Legal Practitioner Disciplinary Committee. Oh, he's advertising. You know, that kind of a thing. I think we need to look at that area too.
Thank you, Mr. Adebayo.
Can I speak to that a little bit?
Okay, you can, sir.
Yes. I understand that you're not allowed to advertise as professionals. In my profession, I'm also not allowed to advertise. But the way we go around that is giving information. So if you give quality information via your handles, it draws people to your Facebook or your social media handle. So I do not think that there is any law against giving quality information through your social media handle. So you can be a thought leader. Simple. Just be a thought leader in your chosen field and area and give out quality information. That is enough to draw the people towards your handle. So you don't necessarily have to advertise.
And on the first leg of his question, talking about the negative side of social media, I don't know whether you want to brush on that.
The negative side of social media depends on what you do with social media. It's just a tool. It's like your body. Your body has a negative aspect of it, the anatomy of your body. It depends on what you do. It's your brain that gives the body information or, makes a decision and gives orders to your body. So depending on what you do with those orders, I don't think that, it just depends on what you do, how you project yourself, how you position. You can go around the evil on social media. The only thing you have to be careful about is that visibility comes with a lot of responsibility. So once you become visible, you in fact need to get an expert, a public relation expert, to guide what you post. It comes with a lot of responsibility.
Can we give him is there any other question? Okay. Dodo, please give her the microphone.
Okay, concerning that, when you go to Facebook, there's a part where you introduce yourself. So you obviously write, I'm a lawyer, I'm this and that and that. But what you post, the kind of people you hang around with, they can't price you cheap because they know you're a lawyer. By the time they see the governor of Lagos State, you are hanging around the governor of Lagos State, they know that they can't give you 100,000. So it's part of branding. People don't understand how social media work. So that's what I want to contribute.
By the way, you need, when you are working out your bio, try to speak to outcomes. Speak to outcomes. Don't speak about just what outcome do you want